Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my August TBR video. Like every month, we're going to be having our spinner wheel choose our August TBR. They are all new prompts that I haven't used before, so I'm just so excited. And the past 2 months I have been mainly picking from my summer TBR, but for this month I'm so over summer. I'm ready for fall, so we're just going to be picking from my entire physical TBR. I currently have 42 books, I believe, including the Throne of Glass series, which is sitting over here on my physical TBR. So I want to pick 5 this month. I don't want to be too ambitious, but also I have been mood reading a lot recently and I want to try to stay mood reading, so I don't want to pick too many books to put on my monthly TBR so that I do have room to mood read as well. So without further ado, let's just start spinning the wheel. Prompt number 1 is a book you started but never finished. Okay, we actually have 2 options for that. One of them I have on my fantasy shelf because I don't see myself picking it up anytime soon. So we have 2 options. First, we have The Ballad of Never After. I'm on chapter 19, page 149, so I am a good amount into this book, but I am also a good amount into Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. I am on chapter 14, page 167. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I have been itching to pick it up recently. I don't know. I'm really in like a Kristen Hanna mood, so I think I'm gonna go with this one. Plus, I feel like if I don't pick it back up soon, I'm just gonna forget everything that's happened so far, so let's just go with this one. So Firefly Lane is the first book on our August TBR. Alright, and now prompt number 2, summer in the title. Okay, we actually have 4 options for this one. So I have 2 Carley Fortune books. We have This Summer Will Be Different and One Golden Summer. And then I have Summer Sisters by Judy Blume and Summer of '69 by Elin Hilderbrand. Ooh, this is gonna be a tough choice. This is going to be hard. Ooh, shoot. Well, if I'm being honest, I am in between these 2. Oh my gosh, this is difficult. See, I don't know, because whichever one I don't pick won't be read until next summer probably, so this is a tough decision. Okay, I think we're gonna go with Summer of '69 by Elin Hilderbrand. I have been itching to pick it up recently, and I love her books so much, so we're just gonna add this one, and we're gonna hope that we can get One Golden Summer with a different prompt. All right, prompt number 3. Okay, I got free pick, but it feels kind of like cheating, and I kind of want to spin again because unfortunately there's too many options and I can't choose. I don't know what I'm in the mood for because I'm currently in the middle of reading books, so I don't want to I don't know. We're just gonna spin again because I'm too indecisive for that. Takes place on a beach. Why am I getting only summer prompts? I don't want just summer prompts. Does this take place on a beach? This is a lake. This is a lake. This doesn't count. Oh, this probably takes place on Nantucket. I could have picked that for this. Oh well. I mean, honestly, I think this is probably the only one that does. But I don't want another Elin Hilderbrand book. Actually, wait. Actually, I think we have a book that works for this because this takes place on an island, so technically it's the beach. So I think we're gonna go with Wild Dark Shore just because like I literally don't have many options for this, and oh my gosh, if I put this off for one more month, I think this has been on 3 monthly TBRs this year so far. I cannot put this off any longer, so we're just gonna go ahead and add it, and I better freaking read it this month. Okay, and now prompt number 4, we have okay, I did this last month, so I'm actually gonna hide it. I forgot to hide it, so we're gonna spin again because I did that one last month and I'm trying to get all different prompts. A fantasy. Okay, I think I'm gonna make this easy and just put Crown of Midnight on there. This was on my July TBR. I just have not had time for it yet, and I am going to put this one on here. And plus, since we are getting into fall and like the cozier months, I do think I'm going to be gravitating more toward fantasy this month, so we'll go with Crown of Midnight. Plus, I really need to continue this series before I forget everything that happened in the first book, so we're gonna go ahead and add Crown of Midnight for book number 4. This video has gone by so quickly. I can't believe we're already on our last prompt. We're already on our last book, and I've only been filming for 10 minutes, so it's crazy. Okay, number 5. Prompt number 5, we have under 300 pages. Okay, I like that, but I don't know how many books I actually have that are under 300 pages. All right, if you'll excuse me, I'm just gonna go ahead and go through every single one of my books. Okay, so I have 4 books that are under 300 pages. I thought I would have a lot more, but a lot of them are like just over 300 pages. So I have The Only Woman in the Room, which is a historical fiction, and I feel like if I read this I might listen to it. I really like listening to historical fictions as audiobooks. And then I have Apt People by Stephen King. The Women Could Fly, which is a like fantasy. It's like a witchy sort of fantasy. And then I have 9 Stories, which is just a collection of 9 short stories. But I'm looking over here. I don't have a single romance on my monthly TBR. I really should have picked One Golden Summer when that came up. Shoot, I don't have any romance. Okay, well, not that any of these are romance books, so I don't even know why I'm bringing that up. So I need to like consider my TBR. Okay, I do have 2 very thick books. Is this a thriller? Is Wild Dark Shore a thriller or is it just fiction? I don't even know. But I have 2 fictions, a thriller, and a fantasy. So let's see. I don't think I'm gonna read this. I kind of want to save it for October since it is like a witchy sort of fantasy. Then I have this, which is a good option because this will be like quick, but I don't think I'm in the mood for that. I'm really in between these 2. Okay, I have been in a really big summer-ween sort of vibe, so I think I'm gonna pick Apt People by Stephen King. And I don't know much about this, but obviously it's Stephen King, so I know it's horror. So with that being said, we have our August TBR, so let's go through the books again. So first we have Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna, and I am again 167 pages into this, so I'm just going to be picking up where I left off. And from what I remember, I'm definitely going to need to look up summaries of what I read so far. I haven't read this since April, so I'm gonna need a little refresh. But we're following 2 friends and their friendship through different decades and how it changes and evolves and everything that they go through during those decades of their lives from childhood. I believe they're in middle school when they meet, and then up until, I don't know how far this goes, but we just see in different decades, we get to see all of like the major things happening in the world during those decades. It's really fun, and it's like the perfect mix between like a historical fiction and a women's friendship fiction sort of read, and I'm really excited to jump back into this. And then we have Summer of '69 by Elin Hilderbrand, and I just read the synopsis of this, and what I'm getting is this family is gonna go visit their grandma's house on Nantucket, but most of the family can't make it, and it's just one child, a 13-year-old, who can go. And there's secrets, there's drama, and it's all happening on Nantucket, and I just feel like it's gonna be super fun. I love Elin Hilderbrand's books, and I've heard really good things about this one, so I feel like I'm going in mostly blind because I really don't even understand what the synopsis is even saying, so I'm really excited. And then we have Wild Dark Shore, and this is a book that takes place on an abandoned island, I'm pretty sure. This man and his 2 children are there, and they're kind of like caretakers for this island, it seems like. And then there's a really big storm that takes place on this island, and a woman washes up, and she has secrets, the family has secrets, and we're just kind of seeing how they navigate all being there together, I'm pretty sure. I'm really excited for this. Like I've said, it has been on so many monthly TBRs this year, and I just want to get it off my TBR. I want to read this book finally, and I've heard such incredible things about it, so I'm really just excited to finally get into it, because I'm going to complete this monthly TBR. I don't even care what it takes. If I have to stay up all night on August 31st to finish this TBR, it'll happen. And then we have Crown of Midnight, which is the 2nd book in the Throne of Glass series within the order that I'm reading it. And being that this is the 2nd book, this is just following where the 1st book ended off, I'm pretty sure. And in the 1st book, we are following an assassin, and she's taken to the kingdom to compete in a challenge, many challenges, to become the king's champion, but she's competing against a bunch of other assassins, thieves, other like just bad people, and they're all competing in different tests and everything. But at the same time, she's kind of uncovering mysteries that happen amongst the kingdom, and there's like murders happening with the other champions and stuff like that, so there's just like a lot of mystery to it. I'm really excited to like continue this series. Obviously this is like such a, like probably the most well-loved fantasy series on Booktok and everything, so I just need to continue it, so very excited to get to this one. And lastly, we have Apt People by Stephen King, and I think I had started this before like years and years ago, and I think this like teenager's doing like a report or some sort of interview on this old man, and there's like some evil element to it. Not gonna lie, I don't know what this book is about, but I'm very excited, and it's very short, so I'm very curious to learn what it's about and to read it. And like I said, I have been very much in the summerween mood, and this book is horror, so it'll be perfect. So with that being said, that is the end of the video. This is my August TBR, so if you want to see me reading all these books, if you want to hear all of my thoughts and my reviews on these books, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss all of my reading vlogs where I read these books. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys so soon. Bye guys.